Welcome to Home Farm. This is just a very quick video that basically details our ongoing journey towards being as sustainable as possible. During the course of the coronavirus, there have been a lot of businesses that have been affected, and that has included our local garden centre that has had a lot of bare root fruit trees that stocks have just been piling. So they've had special offers to basically try and get rid of stock. So we took advantage of that to basically plant our own orchard. We have got the space in our field on land that is slanting down. So there in the distance we can see our veg patch that we're in the process of building. And in the build up to that, we figured it would be really nice to have an orchard. So what we've done is we've got an assortment of easier to grow trees. The front two ones that we're looking at here, as we can see, are cherry. They are the Sunburst variety. We have got two of them. They're going to be the ones that are probably going to require the most work because the birds apparently tend to go after the cherries before we have a chance to. So we have purchased netting that we're going to put around them to preserve our crops. Basically the whole left portion of what we're looking at here, there are 6 varieties of apple trees. Mainly in pairs, all next to each other. We can see the tags at the moment. At the moment it just looks like a bunch of sticks and twigs. It doesn't actually look particularly impressive, but every single tree is now in bud. There are leaves and flowers beginning to emerge. So I'm hoping that in the next fortnight or so we are actually going to have a lot more leaf cover and flowers. The reason that we've also gone ahead with fruit trees as opposed to just other trees is that they do increase the amount of insect life that you have, largely beneficial. So there's a lot of pollinators that are going to come in that will increase the biodiversity of where we are. On the right hand side, as we come down here near the deck and the pond, we have got an assortment of plum trees. The one here that we're looking at is Quince. The rest of them, as I said, are plums. So this is the classic plum tree, the Victoria. And we've got a damson tree over here. This is the only one of the plums that are actually flowering. At the moment they seem to be a lot slower to get going than the apple trees. This is another Victoria tree. As we go across, we've got Marjorie seedling, a couple of other varieties, a slightly smaller apple tree there. That was the last one that we didn't actually have any space to put him up on the left hand side, so he's down here and he's going to keep our sole conference pear tree company. This is the one that's probably going to take the longest to get going, but for the most part the plum trees and the apple trees are actually quite large. They're probably about, well, certainly in excess of 6 foot. So hopefully this is going to be the start of an orchard for us. We've never done anything like this before. We followed the guidelines in terms of distancing between the trees. So again, we are experimenting. We've done our reading. We are now going to get stuck in and hopefully build our experience of understanding how orchards work, and certainly the books will keep us informed as to what we should be doing. So this is just the start. This is our first video, an introduction. We'll be posting regular updates with regards to how we're progressing, and hopefully all the way through to actually harvesting the fruit and doing some cool things with it. A semi-exciting day today. Our Sunburst cherry tree has got its first 2 blossoms, so that's pretty cool. We only planted this 5 days ago, so it's really exciting to see that this one is taking off. The other Sunburst tree is just, I don't think it was as good in condition as the one that we've just shown you earlier. It's got a couple of dead branches on it. They're completely dry, which is a bit disappointing. I think we might just flag this one with the garden center, but all the other trees are in fab condition. They are all sprouting at a very, very quick rate. This is our Howgate wonder apple tree, and over the course of the last 24 hours really, it has just gone into full bloom. There are flowers that are beginning to emerge absolutely everywhere. This is, I've got to say, quite an exciting prospect. We've never grown our own apple trees before, so, or fruit trees in general. So this is all very new and very exciting. The prospect of having our own fruit and being sustainable in that respect is something that we've always wanted. So it'll just be interesting to see how this whole process keeps going. It's been 10 days since we planted our fruit trees. For the most part, they've all taken very, very well. The only two that are posing any problems for us at this stage are the two Sunburst cherry trees. I think that they were damaged during transit and delivery to us by the garden center. The one right here in front of us, you can see there isn't a single leaf or anything in sight, and by all accounts it's got a bacterial infection. So what's going to have to happen now, sadly, is that I'm going to have to remove this and destroy the tree. I think that the way to do that is you either bury them or burn them. I don't think we have an awful lot to burn at this stage, so I might just cut it into small pieces and just bury it further down the field so that the bacteria doesn't spread. We will continue to monitor this cherry tree. It's got a new mark on it today, which again is just an indication that it's not happy. But at least this one is in full bloom and is flowering, and the leaves are coming out. So I'll just watch it for the next couple of days, and if it continues to exhibit signs, then maybe we'll look at a treatment, or I really don't want to get rid of it, so I think we'll have to find a solution. But the other cherry tree, unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do for it. The apple trees in general have been really robust. They have exhibited no signs of anything wrong with them. They are all blossoming, they are all beginning to get their leaves out. So we're really pleased with the apple trees. There's quite a few of them. You can see the tags just blowing in the wind. This one here is a Charles Ross. He is looking very, very good. And this one is absolutely covered in blossoms. This is the Howgate Wonder. It's got leaves. It's looking really good. And generally the apples have all been really, really robust. Moving across to this side, the quince is a mixed bag. I've never really seen a quince tree in real life, so the leaves are a bit odd. I don't know whether there's something wrong with it or whether this is just the way it's supposed to look, but it does have fresh leaves coming out, and it seems to be doing okay. So again, as with the cherry trees, we'll continue to watch it. The plum trees, slow starters. This one has still got no leaves. It's got plenty of buds but no leaves, so we'll have to continue watching him. The damson and the other plums are all getting lots of leaves coming out, so nothing to worry about there. Again, just the odd tree just seems to be taking a bit longer than the others to start, so yeah, I wouldn't say it's stressful, but you do kind of worry that you've gone to the effort of buying these trees and putting them in, and you'd hope that they would all take and fruit. So it is just a waiting game and seeing what happens. So day 10, bit of a mixed bag, but for the most part looking okay. Day 17 of our orchard. Our Sunburst cherry tree is fighting hard. It has not developed any new sap areas, which means that I think it might just be getting this bacterial infection under control. So hopefully he will now pull through. Unfortunately, the spot next to him is where the other Sunburst tree was. As we said, that had to be destroyed, so that's gone. The apple trees in general, as I said earlier on in this video a couple of days ago, are very, very resilient. They seem to be growing very, very well. Some are growing faster than others. They all have got good leaf coverage now that's coming out, and they're all covered in flowers and blossoms, so that's really great. The one that really stands out is the Howgate Wonder. This has got an incredible amount of flowers and blossoms coming out. Really great for the pollinators, really pretty flowers too. The other really great looking apple tree is the James Grieve. This one has also got an abundance of flowers, so it's a real winner from that perspective. But we'll be waiting to see how many of these actually fruit now and what the fruit's going to taste like. Our veg patch is progressing. We'll now quickly have a look on the other side. The quince is now beginning to get a lot more green shoots coming out again, which is encouraging, so that's a good sign. This Victoria plum continues to be really slow in taking off. He's got loads and loads of buds, but not a single leaf has come out yet, so not really sure what to make of that. The damson is looking really good. This is the other Victoria plum, so he's got a load of green leaves that have come out, so that's again a positive sign. The Marjorie seedling was the other of the plum trees that was really slow on the uptake, but it's now also developed quite a lot of green leaves. And the other apple tree, obviously, as with all the other apple trees, is doing great. And finally, the pear tree has shot out a couple of new shoots, which is really great. And we move on to the last of our Victoria plums, and this too has been really slow, but it's now getting some leaves that are beginning to emerge. So generally speaking, over 2 weeks now, and the trees are all looking good, some slower than others. Like I said, the one cherry that we had to get rid of was the sad moment of this orchard, and well, we'll just have to see what happens with this Victoria plum tree, but I'm sure it'll emerge. We're expecting a lot of rain, so there will be a lot more water coming through, but we are continuing to water these every other day, getting quite a bit of water just to make sure that they are able to establish themselves. As a final upgrade for our fruit trees, we purchased some copper tags where we've written the name of the tree on one side and some of the other key tips at the back. We got rid of those big plastic tags because they can be quite damaging to the trees. When you get high winds, they can actually cut them. These ones have been designed to not really hurt the trees, and they are copper, so it's a natural metal. So that's it for part 1. If you'd like to continue receiving updates on our videos, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, and we'll hopefully see you on our next video. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. You can also follow us on Twitter or check out our website at myhomefarm.co.uk. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button below, and if you have any suggestions for any other videos you would like to see, please leave a comment. We hope to see you on our next video.